The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised. Chicago. Ask someone to picture the city, and they will have trouble coming up with a concise description. When people think of New York City, they think of skyscrapers, subways, and muggers. When they think of Los Angeles, they think of sun, smog, and traffic. When they think of Detroit, they think of cars, factories, and decay. But for those of us that know, there's only one thing we think of when someone mentions Chicago: vampires. And tonight, we tell their story.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Windy City After Dark, our Chicago by Night Vampire the Masquerade V5 campaign. And tonight we are playing this game for charity. We are actually participating in the National Breast Cancer Foundation's Game Pink initiative all month long. And we are raising funds for the charity because the organization would like to actually use the money raised this month towards providing free mammograms to people in need. And so far, as of the time we recorded this, we had actually raised enough to provide 4 people in need with free mammograms. Thank you so much to the community for donations so far, and please, if you are able, please donate while we are playing this game. We appreciate you and love you.
And of course, I am the storyteller for this amazing cast of characters, Shanky McStabber.
And I am Relyn Dare, also known as Mama McStabber in Twitch chat, and tonight I'll be playing Jacqueline Duran of Clan Ventru.
And I'm Lady Merowith, and I will be playing Eleanor Thurston of Clan Malkavian.
Good evening, I am the Ivy Raven, and I play Genevieve Schutz of Clan Gangrel.
I'm Urian, and I'm playing Roscoe Acres, Clan Tremere.
I'm Gavin, and I play Lamar Cade of Clan La Sombra.
I'm Mickey, and I play Sam Grant of Clan Bruja.
And when we were last with this coterie of vampires, well, they had a very interesting night. They got a whole lot of information about the Second Inquisition operations. Jackie actually tasked Cedric to investigate some things that the coterie couldn't. Lamar found out some rather disturbing information about a church on the south side. Of course, Sam got a bit of a secret from Damien. By the end of it all, Eleanor had a rather violent encounter that she was a party to. We're actually going to pick up same night, flashing to the coterie who are gathered in the club. They were waiting to find out the status of Eleanor, and they just got a text that said Eleanor, from Eleanor's number at least, that said she's alive. And I turned this over to the players.
Okay, what are the odds that was real? That it was her?
Considering all she has survived thus far, I think it's fairly legit.
I mean, I want to believe it, but the way she was talking, I'm just sick of this town taking people from us.
You and me both.
What do you say? We wait 10 minutes, 15 minutes for her to get here. If she doesn't show up, then we go looking, or what?
Do you think it's wise to go looking and walk into if she's not alive, I would assume the Justicars aren't. So we would not fare any better. I don't say that to be cold or harsh to anybody. I don't mean to step on anyone's feelings. I obviously care deeply for Eleanor. It just seems unwise to be like, yeah, let's go run into the murder pit.
Sam pulls out his phone, turns on the GPS. Well, she's traveling back this way, so we'll know sooner rather than later.
Yep, she's about 5-10 minutes out right now.
That's handy. Well, I was also going to say, depending on what kind of burner she has, it might not be possible for someone to send a message from it.
Yeah, sorry, just really, just really sick of this town all of a sudden. Well, sick of this town. Sick of this town's crap. The people in it who pull all this BS and get away with it.
And I guess the coterie sets and waits. And Sam, do you keep checking to follow the GPS to see?
Yeah, I'll keep it up.
And you see it creep slowly up until you see it pulling into the garage. And it's not long after when Eleanor comes into the conference room, and I turn it over with Eleanor entering the room now.
Hello.
Eleanor. You made it back.
Indeed.
How are you? How was it?
Oh, it was certainly something. It was nearly a disaster. But I should tell it to you in the fullness of time. Sam. And I go over to Sam and I take the kukri and I hold it out with two hands.
Thanks.
It was a wonderful talisman.
Mm-hmm.
We need a safe word next time.
What
Poughkeepsie.
should be?
Poughkeepsie. Because who the fuck uses Poughkeepsie in common verbiage? Even
Okay, I
people
guess that's
from
fair.
even people from Poughkeepsie don't like talking about their own town. So
I never told anyone I was from Poughkeepsie.
It has a lot of letters. So it's very good. But I am, as you see here, I arrived as expected, and Dolly was waiting for the Justicar and her attendants. And there was a fight, as one might expect, yes? Except that Dolly nearly won. And no doubt would have, were it not for other interference. Our friend, the emissary.
I was wondering if it was somebody we knew.
Oh, yeah. That one appeared quite conveniently and turned the tide so that Dolly lost the battle. But the Justicar did not get her kill. There were a lot of rats. An ocean of rats.
Oh, the Justicar didn't get her kill.
No.
I mean, got to play, that violin with that sad song for her.
Yes. And she's under the impression that Dolly was an infernalist, and that is why Dolly evaded all detection for so long.
Now, you say the emissary came in and provided aid.
Yes. Not for nothing.
I was going to say there is always a price.
Oh, yes. Always a price. And I am sure it is more than what it looked like on the surface as he presented it to me. There are questions that his master would put to me. And in return for answering these questions freely, the emissary helped turn this battle. So a god has fallen this night.
So you Robert Johnson yourself. Made a deal at the crossroads.
Oh, yes. That's what I did. In the moment, it seemed correct.
Super.
And I would not bargain any of you away. Only myself.
You know, the wonderful thing is I don't actually itch anymore. It's more of a nervous habit just to be like, yeah, but.
Yeah, but
Cool. Tight.
we shall see. And who knows, perhaps the emissary's master is just as inclined to answer questions. Riddles in the dark.
Yeah, that's a little terrifying to think about.
A little
have
bit.
daymares about that.
As someone who facilitates betting, I would not take that bet. I don't know this emissary. I don't know the details. It just seems like an easy way to lose your pants. So,
Sort of game where losing your pants will be the least of your worries.
well, whatever you lose, don't put too much skin in the game. Is what I'm trying to say.
Understood.
What of Ben?
What of Ben? Ben is gone. There's only a shell that the emissary wears.
And you made a deal with that after what it did to your friend.
Yes. I did. Well, it was
I understand.
that.
I understand.
I did consider what might happen if I were to watch the Justicar and all of her attendants fall in battle in such a manner and what that might mean, especially for me. And the answers to my questions I had before their arrival.
You made
It
a
is
decision
better.
in the moment. I understand.
Perhaps it is better this way.
Sorry about your friend.
Thank you, Lamar. I am sorry too.
I imagine you and Dolly had a nice little conversation beforehand.
Yes.
How you feeling about that, Red?
There is much I must think on. I learned there were others, and they too tried the betrayal. Tried and died. And there is one other left besides me. And they are my responsibility. And I shall have to find him. He was a little baby that grew up. Did not die as he should have done. And is now somewhere. I do not know where. But I'll do my best to find him. And I must decide what divinity is, really. That can be only one thing for someone to decide on their own.
What is God to a non-believer?
Indeed. What need have you of gods if God is dead?
How are you feeling though, Red?
Powerful. We will see. How long that lasts. But at least my mother is avenged.
To everything there is a season. We just got done with the reaping. Next up comes the sowing. So get over this hill. See what awaits us on the other side.
And the rest of you, are you well?
Much better now that you've returned.
I'm very happy that you are safe.
Yeah, glad you made it back.
Too.
Yep. Look, I said what I'd do if you didn't come back. You came back, so I don't have to hold up my end of that. So there's the small positives, but yeah, it'll be okay. You can move forward now. If you need help with finding this individual, I can always try and tap my resources. Just let me know. Anything for a friend. So
I appreciate the offer. Thank you.
you're most welcome. Though I do believe I have some things I need to take care of. So, and at that, Genevieve is actually going to get up and leave.
Okay. And Genevieve goes down, and Evan, of course, is downstairs waiting in the garage. So you can depart.
Well, if there are no other matters, then I will take my leave as well. Get up and exit.
And of course, Etienne's waiting outside the door. Ma'am. Good she made it back. Heading back to the cabaret, or we going home? Yes, ma'am. And Etienne and Jackie depart.
Well, all right, y'all. Glad you're back. We're all here. Let's make this next meeting, one of those ones where we're all together. But I gotta take care of some stuff, so I will catch y'all soon.
Appears this coterie is splitting up. If Sam, Eleanor, or Roscoe have anything to say, otherwise I'm going to assume they all depart as well.
Sam actually walks over to Eleanor, takes her by the wrist, places the cookery back in her hand, and says, I got a feeling you're going to be needing that. And then he leaves.
leaving Roscoe and Eleanor, the last two in the room.
I don't know if you've been told to keep any of this, what happened to yourself, but when the emissary, did the emissary manifest, or did this happen?
Oh yes, he manifested quite spectacularly with great black swan's wings. And storyteller, I can't remember if there were any other significant details. Could you please remind me? Eleanor would remember.
The shadows wrapped around him like a cloak made him look almost like a Grim Reaper because it was Ben, but he was stretched longer, taller, thinner. He very much took on a Grim Reaper's appearance.
It was almost as if Ben's form stretched. All the limbs and torso, strange proportions and shadows around like a Grim Reaper's cloak. Shadow. Ends and wisps and manifesting and vanishing. Great, deep voice, booming, so that all could hear. And then, of course, the great wings. And that is what I saw.
And then after the deal was made, just disappeared?
Yes, he shot away into the sky, for indeed he had made it seem as if he had been tied to Dolly and had made his escape.
Oh, I see.
And so disappeared. And I assume they were not able to give chase.
Probably not.
I don't think he would allow that. But yes, neither hide nor hair since, but do not think it will be long. And I think that is all the detail I can give you.
Okay, fair enough.
Save. Indeed, it seemed as if he did not wish to come to me, but must obey a command from whomever is his master.
Right. Well, as far as we know, that's the Jade Demon.
Yes. I wonder how far that leech reaches.
That's a very good question. Although from the last conversation I had with Tracy, it seems there may be more than one.
More than one Jade Demon?
As in a school of them. Now, whether that's simply an artifact of how they were referenced, for the benefit of someone who may not have understood them very well. So it wasn't entirely clear.
Well, that is concerning if there's more than one. A whole college of them plotting wherever they are. Though, as you say, it could be an interpretation that is misunderstood.
Yeah, there's a lot more to look into in that regard.
Well, I, of course, will tell you anything that I can learn.
As will I, you, as things unfold. So if you're being taken somewhere to be asked questions, at least you'll have maybe some knowledge going into it.
And I appreciate that. The more one knows before going into an unknown situation. Well.
Yeah, but I think you've had quite enough excitement for one night.
Yes. Yes, and I did tell Michael I would sit with him for a time. He was greatly concerned. Understandably so.
Yeah.
But it will help him feel better, and since I will be lodging here in the meantime.
Well, in that case, I will bid you good night. Good night.
Good night, Roscoe.
Good night.
Sleep well.
As well as I can. You too.
I shall.
And the coterie makes their separate ways. Now, we're going to actually skip ahead some time. enough time has passed where Jackie has, of course, gone to Elysia again as part of the event. And in Elysia, well, you know of one event you heard, but you haven't heard of any other real fallout of what happened. No word of Nolan, no word of Lucinda in town at all. Gone nowhere. Which is, in some ways, good, I guess.
It's exactly what she expected.
Mm-hmm. But during the same time period, Roscoe, you get a text asking you to come to Hyde Park, which you know is your Chantry, actually.
Okay. Any particular day or time?
Nope, does not list one. It just says you have a meeting in Hyde Park that requires your attendance.
Okay. I will let the rest of the coterie know that I'm heading that way.
Okay. You let them know you have a meeting at Hyde Park. I'm sure they all know where the Chantry is located. They know what the significance of Hyde Park is. It's not exactly a secret in this town where the Chantry is. And of course, when you arrive there, as always, the doorman is there at the front of the mansion to let you in. And you enter this historic Hyde Park mansion. And when as you're going in the door, the doorman actually looks at you and goes, he's in his office. He gave me instructions to tell you to go see him.
Is he alone?
To my knowledge, sir, yes.
All right, thank you.
So, when you go to the door, it's closed, of course. Waiting for you to knock.
And I knock.
When you knock, it's rather quick when you hear, "Come on in." As you enter the room, he doesn't get up. His cane is sitting on the table in front of him, as always. Man looks to be maybe 40s, 50s, gray in his beard, but he's well groomed and well kept. There's an intensity this night you're not used to seeing. He's always intense, but he's very intense tonight as he's dressed in. He's actually wearing almost a dinner jacket, red dinner jacket over his outfit. Roscoe.
Good evening, Abram.
Have a seat.
And I take a seat.
I've called you here because we have a problem. Do you know the whereabouts of Sanchi?
No, I have not. I haven't been able to get in touch with her for a while.
It would make sense. She's gone to ground. You see, there was an incident at Elysia.
At Elysia?
Yes. Seems, well, whatever that thing is that controls her made an appearance. Caused a bit of a scene.
Can you give me any details of what sort of scene was caused?
Well, let's see. From my understanding, because I'm not allowed in Elysia at the moment, is she attacked Brett.
It seems uncharacteristic. Which brings up another question about Elysia, but I'll ask you that later. Do you have any idea what precipitated the attack?
No, I wasn't present. But having broken Elysia, and the fact that it's no secret that there is something in her head, I've had pressure put on me, and I've actually, in this particular case, I agree with the conclusion that came from it. I believe your dear friend Sanchi is an infernalist. Treats with demons. There is only one punishment for this crime.
From what I know of having met her puppeteer, it is not a demon.
Well, it'd be a lot easier for me to ascertain that if I could find her. But honestly, while the prince has not declared a blood hunt, this is going to be an internal matter handled by the Chantry itself.
Understood.
If you are to find her, you are to tell me. You are not to warn her. She will be taken, she will be interrogated, and she will be executed.
Sounds like a foregone conclusion. You've already had the trial and judged her.
I have said what will happen.
But she is not an infernalist.
You can say that if you wish. But I have enough evidence that it appears she is. The incident in Elysia just brought it to the forefront. You have your orders. Follow them.
Yes, sir.
Do not add your crimes by abetting her. And he looks down at his watch. I suggest you go. I have a meeting with Portia in about 5 minutes. And you probably don't want to be here for that one.
No, I will take my leave immediately.
Very good. You are dismissed, and he wraps his cane right on the table, as he always does.
Good evening. And I leave.
Okay. Now, the same night this was going on, Jenny had been investigating to gather up some info on this Second Inquisition handler, because as Jenny pointed out, money and kind, you can get kind to do a lot of good things with money. A lot of things very sneaky-like. And we're going to cut over to Jenny, who has contacted Sam because Jenny's gathered up some vital info for him. I turn it over to the players.
Thank you for meeting me, Mr. Grant.
Of course.
Genevieve has like a little gift bag, tissue sticking out of it, and she kind of slides it across the table to Sam.
I love presents. And I will pull out the tissue paper, and
inside there's a folded piece of paper. It has a make and model of a vehicle. It is a 1997 green Toyota Camry. It is rusting out. One of the doors is like red because it's different. It's an aftermarket door.
Mhm.
There's rust around there's the description of the vehicle and the tag number. That is the vehicle that your friend downtown drives.
Madam, you are a pip.
No, I just know where to spread some cheddar.
You are a delight, and I very much appreciate this. And I will. Is there anything I can do for you?
I don't believe so at this time. I'm still getting my footing in some ways, but I know this was important, and it was a fun little exercise in seeing how much people value information, if you will. So,
you know, this will be put to good use. Yeah. I will bid you adieu, as I currently have business to attend. Thank you.
Of course. Enjoy yourself, Mr. Grant. You look like you could use it.
I will. And Sam will depart.
Okay. I assume you're going to which vehicle?
Oh, I'm going to the van.
Going to the van? Okay.
Yeah. And and, 'cause, 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 ' I'm going to position myself so that I can follow him out once I get eyes on his vehicle.
So you're going to head over to the Department of Transportation's area there, the Detroit, or the Detroit, wow, whole different city, the Chicago Transit Association's building, and you park out, and you're going to watch to wait to see the vehicle. Now, you can watch the garage pretty easy. There's only one entrance and exit to the garage for that particular building. So you set up and watch. And I'm not going to make you roll for this one because, frankly, if you can't catch a vehicle as it comes out, What
am I even doing?
Yeah. Assume competence at that point. And it's about 11:30 at night when the vehicle pulls out. And yeah, it's exactly as she described it. There is no missing this particular vehicle. It is obnoxious with the red door that doesn't match the rest of the car. And it's just, it's obvious. And the guy driving it, as he pulls out, he's obeying every traffic law, turn signals coming out of the garage. I mean, the full follow it exactly.
Once we get onto a highway, I'm actually going to pass, and I'm going to get eyes on and verify that it's him.
As you pass up, and you get up as he's leaving town, he's definitely heading towards O'Hare, and you get a chance in the town itself. You can actually pull up beside him, right at a stoplight, and you look over, and it's definitely that guy, very mild-mannered, unassuming looking. You'd probably pass over him as nothing, low-level bureaucrat, as he sits behind the wheel.
Yeah. Once I verify and get positive identification, I'm actually going to pass him. Okay. And
you know where he's heading.
Get about 100 meters down the route, and then set up in the back of the van with a nice little suppressed .22 rifle.
Okay. So what are you going to do with this rifle?
Called shot to the tire.
Okay. That is going to be, I will let you choose. Of course, you can use Dex firearms or you can use Composure firearms because I allow either one.
Can I take half to succeed?
Let's see. If you go for taking half, you got 6 dice that give you 3 successes on a called shot, which takes 2 extra, doesn't it? If I'm recalling correctly.
No, it just reduces your die pool by 1.
By 1. I will let you take a half on that one.
Yeah.
You have time to prepare for it. You're set up for it. It's not like it's a long-standing kind of method. And any bullet will pierce that tire.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't take much. He doesn't have run flats or anything. So as he goes by, he coughs. No, that's just me. There's a poof as he goes by, and you hear the tire go because the bullet hits it at enough speed while he's moving. I got to roll some dice. Uh-oh. Let's see if he can. Wow. He got no successes. So he manages to lose control of the car. And he puts it right into the Jersey wall from where they're doing some construction. And you see him do it right up ahead of your vehicle. And he gets out, and at first he's kind of staggering a bit and rubbing his head, and he's looking at the car, and he seems a little bit upset and kind of woozy.
I will drive from the opposite direction. If he was heading this way, I'm going to come at him from this way.
You got ahead of him to pull up and set up and do it.
And I will disembark. I will stop and disembark and be like, "Hey, buddy, are you okay?"
Goddamn fucking construction through here. They left something in the road, popped my fucking tire, fucking wrecked the car. Jesus fucking Christ.
And I will look down at the car and just be kind of like, well, I mean, I reckon with your insurance, was it insured?
But of course not. Look, I mean, liability.
Hey,
my AAA expired like 2 months ago.
I was trying to find a silver lining for you, buddy. I'll tell you what. When God, or when that dude passed the Samaritan, right?
Yeah.
Come on, I'll give you a ride to the petrol station. We can.
Actually, can you give me a ride to the airport?
Do you have bags or something you need to get
No,
out of there?
I've got a meeting there tomorrow morning, and a friend's gonna let me hang out there, so I don't have to get up so early. Traffic, you know how traffic is. You don't want to.
Yeah.
You know, if I can stay at a friend's right there, because he said I can sleep in his office, and then that way I don't have to do that drive. Because man, that place is crowded in the morning. So
Yeah, man, I got you. Let's hop on in there, and we'll get you where you need to go.
man, I appreciate it.
Hey, not at all. And when
Name's
he gets
Colin.
in there, Colin.
Yeah. Now that's not what you saw in his paperwork, but that's what he tells you his name is.
It's real nice to meet you, Colin. Hop on in there, and we'll get you sorted out. And when he gets in there, the back of the van is actually behind doors.
You pulled it close so people can't see.
Yeah, precisely.
I'm just lucky you were here, man, because most of these people won't fucking stop. They don't care if somebody's pulled over, trashed on the side of the road. They just keep driving. Some of them will honk at you because they think that shit's funny. I had the car break down once. Somebody actually threw a damn soda at me as they went by. Or they call it around here pop, but fucking soda. I'm not from, this ain't my town, but they fucking threw one at me as they went by. I thought that shit was funny.
You know, you can't... Human beings, what a trip, right?
Yeah, people are just...
Shitty?
Yeah, they're just assholes. I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just glad you were out here, able to give me a ride, because otherwise I'd be walking.
Hey, I decided to pull a double tonight. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been out here.
And
so
I left my phone in the office on accident, and so I should have just gone. I guess if I'd gone back, maybe I wouldn't. I can't second guess that shit.
Hey, we'll get you where you need to go, and I will flip around, start heading towards the airport, but then just at a key moment, just divert off and start heading to one of my dugouts.
The airport's that way, dude.
Yeah, there. You want to know what's going on over there? Is they had a pipe burst on the Dan Ryan, so they're diverting everything.
Oh shit! Well, that sucks. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then that way we're not stuck in traffic and making. Yeah. Okay.
Like I said, I have to drive this. I have to drive this all the time, and once we get close enough, I'm going to pull into the covered garage. I just need to stop and get something from my place here real quick, and then we'll get you to the airport. Don't worry about it, buddy.
Okay, I'm gonna have you roll. I don't know. Something with subterfuge. Pick one.
Charisma subterfuge.
Go ahead. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna.
Let me see. Not that many dice. I don't need to roll that.
And you get a bonus die for beautiful.
Yeah.
Going to officially point out, fuck you, for everyone who mentioned Steve Perry before this stream started.
That would be you.
That is the only out of character I'm going to do at the moment. I'm just going to say that. He got no successes. The second 0 success roll he's had. So, oh yeah, cool. It's okay. That's fine.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'll get out of the vehicle.
You got some bourbon while you're stopping in, man?
Hey, if you want to come in, man, you're more than welcome to.
Shit, I need a fucking drink just to edge the nerves down. Fine, I'll come in with you, man. It's cool. It's cool.
And I'll hold the door open, and it's nothing fancy. It's it might as well be a motor
He looks
home.
at you. You're not going to try to like rape me or anything, right? And then he grins and points at you.
Nah, homie, nah. I
It's
don't
just a joke,
swing that
man.
way.
I've seen that movie before. It's a joke. It's okay.
And as he walks past me, I'm just going to rear naked choke the shit out of him.
Okay. He's not really on guard because he's had 0 successes to deal with your persuasion. So I'm going to count him as surprised. He has 1 success. That's all he has.
I'm just going to go ahead and let my 9 pool stand.
Okay.
And take half on that.
Okay. I'll let you take half on that one because normally I wouldn't in combat, but he's not expecting it. So, yeah, you grapple the shit out of him. You got him locked up pretty good. And then he starts panicking.
And just about 4 seconds later, he's just going to fall asleep.
Yeah, he just passes out. sleeper hold. Looking at your physical strength and your abilities, he's not a fighter and he has no way to beat you. So you just choke his ass right the fuck out. You have an unconscious Second Inquisition
Oh yeah, he's
guy
getting
in your hand.
Yeah, he's gonna get handcuffed to a chair after I strip him down, and I'm gonna have a little talk with him as soon as he wakes up. I'm just gonna kind of
about 10, 15 minutes, unless you're gonna start smacking him awake.
I'm gonna smack him awake.
He starts struggling. He's like, whoa. What happened? What happened? Why am I chained up? What the fuck, dude? Why am I in this chair?
I'm going to put it like this. I've been all over this world, even before I became what I am. And I met cats in your line of work that let some truly atrocious shit happen. And yet here you sit, deigning to pass judgment on me and mine. Well, my friend, this is what it looks like when judgment is passed on you.
You're one of them.
I will brutal feed on him.
He starts to talk as you do it. You're one of them blank, and that's about as far as he gets before the brutal feed kicks in. And you can drain him literally in seconds. And chained up, he can't really do anything about it, can he? So here's the question. Let me look at Sam's convictions, because it actually mentions specifically this power could endure stains just by the type it is. Never kill innocent kind. Well, we can't go with that one for Chronicle. It's not really torture. You just straight up murdered him. It's not like you drew it out. Respect others and demand respect. I think you're covered there. You're good with that one. Take what is offered. People are ultimately expendable. I think any stain you got from that one alone is canceled out. He is expendable and has been expended. So I will not give Sam a stain from this action. And yeah, you drain him out. He doesn't take long before you can feel as you're pulling the blood from him as his body goes into massive shock and he expires, which sets your hunger all the way back to 0.
And I'll just kind of drop the now dull and gray and lifeless husk to the ground and then I'll take the heel of my boot and just step on his throat where I bit down. So that looks like somebody just executed this cat.
Crushes windpipe, crushes. He's dead anyway. It's not like it matters.
Mm-hmm. Now that is what stepping on next looks like. And then I will proceed to load his body up into the back of the van and weigh him down and dump him in the river.
Now, assuming competence, because I will, you go grab his wallet and look through it. Nothing in there betrays what he is.
Sensitive side exploitation occurs.
Except
I will even go back to...
You do find one odd thing that doesn't match the rest of it. It does have an airport security badge.
Mm-hmm.
That lets him get through the checkpoints without being run through the metal detector.
Handy. Yeah, anything that he had on him is being taken to Roscoe and Eleanor to have a look taken at so that we can ascertain what he's using to get through those wards.
The particular thing he's carrying with him that lets him through it, he's got a Department of Homeland Security ID that exempts him from being through a metal detector. That's the only thing in his wallet that did not match his cover, because it's the one thing that his cover could not provide.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and then I will, once I dump his body, and again, weighed down, he's food for fishies. And I will take everything back to Roscoe and Eleanor so that they can take a look at it with those.
Okay.
magical peepers they got.
This occurred on the same night that Roscoe was at the Chantry. So, Roscoe, you're just coming out of this, the Chantry. Sam, you send a message to Roscoe and Eleanor?
Yeah. Hey,
You do know you are due to meet with the Coterie the next night, because it's been about a week. Because Lamar had said next time we meet, he wants to have everyone together as a group, not, piecemeal.
Yeah, I will send a message to the whole coterie, just being like, "Hey, looking forward to get to drinks tonight." Boop.
I was going to go look for Sam directly without texting, because since I don't want this even in our coded text messages.
Okay. Well, you can't find him that way because he wasn't at any of his places. He was out murking a fucking SI guy. Unless you're going to be rolling for your Illuminate Trail of Prey on him.
No, not on Sam. But does the text from Sam saying we're getting together come through?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I'll just resolve to meet him at that point and talk about it.
Okay. So I think this is a good point to have skip ahead to the Coterie's meeting, because I think Jackie has the night that this went on actually was the night was the second time this week you went to Elysia. You were trying to make sure you had your information. Now, the first event was earlier in the week was the one that you found out about Sanchi, because Jackie also knew about it. But I'm going to flash to the Coterie gathering once again in the club. And rather than have piecemeal everybody walking in, we're going to assume everyone's already together so we can not spend 10 minutes waiting for people to wander in.
Yeah, and Sam will just drop a little backpack on the table and dump the contents out on it and be like, "Yeah, this belonged to, hey, storyteller, what was the SI agent's name according to his file?"
According to his file, his name was Thomas Landry.
Yeah, this is the effects left over from a certain agent, Thomas Landry.
How'd you persuade him to hand over his stuff?
Oh, you know me and my silver tongue.
Did you get his Super Bowl ring?
If he had one, it wasn't on him.
Oh, dang. Okay.
But here's what was on him, and I will make special emphasis on the security badge.
Sounds like you had a good time with talking to Mr. Landry.
I have never. I find myself very satisfied with the direction the conversation went.
Good shit.
Brief though it was.
I get what you're saying, Sam.
You picking up what I'm putting down?
I'm picking it right up.
Mm-hmm. That being said, he was using something to get past all those wards. So if you guys can figure out, he was headed there. So I assume he had it on him. So if you guys can figure out what it was he was using to get past all those wards, here's the stuff.
Okay. Was there any jewelry of any kind?
Nope, he didn't wear jewelry.
I mean, hell, it could be the lanyard for all we know.
Lamar's just going to look through the other items in the bag as well. Most
of it all, just normal clothes. He had a whole bunch of stuff relating to the Chicago Transit Authority. And then the TSA badge is the only Department of Homeland Security badge is the only thing that seems completely out of place for who it is. You find like 2 or 3 cards from the deli. Apparently he had 2 or 3 of the deli business cards. Normal kind of things you find in there, just random business cards from people. He even had a couple of his own that list his name as Colin, is what it said in it. But that's not what his file actually said his name was for his job at the Transit Authority. He's listed as Systems Analyst 1.
Can I just have a quick look at it?
Okay. You want to use Sense the Unseen?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
I would like to as well.
Okay. It's going to be resolve all specs. We shall see. Eleanor gets 5 with a crit. Roscoe gets 1. Now, Roscoe, you have a bonus die you missed. So roll 1 die to go with it. That was your willpower.
Yeah, that was.
And
yeah, that
throw
was the
1 extra
willpower.
die because you forgot your blood potency die. And you can re-roll that one as part of your willpower because you willpowered 2. You had 1 available for willpowering. So right now you're at 3 successes. Still at 3. And then we have 5 with a crit. I'm going to reward the 5 with a crit. You don't see anything out of the ordinary with it, though there's a residual on the wallet of, you can tell it's been very close to blood magic of some kind repeatedly, enough that it's kind of seeped a bit into it. So while it hasn't had anything put on it, it has definitely been exposed to it in the past.
I don't see anything magical in and of itself, but the wallet has been in contact with magic enough that it seeped into it.
I don't see that, but
It's very faint. It's just a very fine glow.
can you tell what kind of glow? Is it? I mean, anything
No.
that seems familiar? Anything that would remind you of, say, the building that you saw the glow on?
Well, that's an interesting thing to ask. Wits occult, Eleanor.
All right. What's a cult?
Wow. 5 again, but no crit this time. But 5, that's pretty impressive, actually. That's enough for a hard challenge. It kind of does remind you of what's been wrapped around the building.
Yes. I think it is. There's something about it. It reminds me, it's a feeling. It's very vague. But like I said, it's so faint. But yes,
Maybe
I think so.
Okay, maybe it's just the, just from passing in and out of that building so much.
Yes, I think
Or-
so.
They left the key under the rock. And it's somewhere near to where the building is, so that he never has it on him. But when he's in the building, he has it on him in his wallet. It's a thought. But anyway,
Mhm. It's a good.
that's
thought.
my news. SI is sleeping with the proverbial fishes.
That is such a Chicago thing to say.
Hey,
And I like it.
and he was tasty. All that deli meat.
Thank you, Sam.
Yeah, thanks, Sam.
Good work, man.
Well, I would also like to point out that it was Miss Schutz up there that provided the means. She got using her little network. She got me a good target that I was able to. So thank you for that. Credit where credit is due.
I see a Devon finger.
Yes. As they're talking, I want to use Spirit's Touch on the airport pass.
Okay.
I was just going to say it's of course, Sam, of course. I have repeatedly said I just wish to help whenever possible, and this was a perfect opportunity to do so.
Hopefully Cedric was able to get his spies in there to overhear things before the guy got, though.
Yeah. 2 successes on it. He used it a lot. That's all you can get. 2 successes on 8 dice and a willpower. You still only got 2 successes.
He used the pass a lot, it seems.
I'm fairly certain we could probably find somebody to affix somebody else's picture to that and have free run of the airport.
I have someone that can do that.
There you go.
Y'all know that I had a meeting at the Chantry earlier. I need to make sure I'm asking for confidence from all of you. I trust you all, but just this is something that needs not to be repeated anywhere else. That was for Lamar.
You actually went there though. I said don't go, and you went.
I had a meeting with Abram. It was not the most cordial of meetings. You know my friend Sanchi, who... Yes, Jackie?
I wasn't aware you were that close to her. I've been to Elysia. I normally go once a week, but I actually went twice this past week because the first night I went, Annabelle. Oh my God. Normally the Tremere are not in Elysia, but she allowed Sun to come in.
Allowed or?
Oh, yeah, yes, you can come in.
Mm-hmm.
And proceeded to basically do an Annabelle and provoked her. And Jesus Christ, Roscoe.
Mm-hmm. Her friend came out, didn't she?
Yes, and she lunged at Brett. I mean, I almost, you know me, I'm fairly well at keeping everything contained, but I almost busted out laughing. I mean, because...
I mean, that's completely on brand. She's has no tolerance for that.
I'm sure Brett, he has done it to me. I'm sure he did it to her. He told me once you go Brett, you always stay wet.
Oh, he said that was whole chest, didn't he?
No, he didn't say.
I wasn't close enough to overhear, but I swear he probably pulled the same fucking bullshit on her because she's a pretty girl. But
and she is, yes.
But yes,
her,
and I mean, but yes, she was basically tossed out because she lunged at Brett, and then I went just last night, and literally, I tell you, oh, Annabelle was so pleased with herself.
You can imagine.
So pleased with herself. I mean, she was so happy.
Anyone needed to, if anyone, needed an accident to happen to them, like, the last person an accident happened to, it would definitely be Annabelle.
Yes, but basically she provoked her into doing that, like, all out in public. I mean, it was bad.
Oh, it's worse than you can imagine. Sanchi has essentially already been found guilty of being an infernalist and sentenced to execution. That was basically the core of my meeting with Abram.
I was called a blood hunt.
Oh, he's already made the decision that she's going to be interrogated and executed.
Prince has? The prince has?
No, Abraham, the Sable.
Oh, I will say the prince is in a shitty mood. Abraham probably pissed him off by saying it's an internal matter.
Most likely.
Wait, Abraham is just offering up one of his for this.
Yeah, that don't sound very Tremere to me.
No, I've had a lot of doubts and a lot of problems with the way he's run the Chantry. And I think it's time to bring in someone who can fix it. So, Sam, how do you feel about... I mean, Eleanor's safe now, or at least for a good time being. How do you feel about taking a little trip down south? maybe to the southeast.
Don't tease me, Bosco. Don't tease me. Say the name. Say the fucking name.
Would it be within your purview to escort Helena Pontifex?
Whoa, you want to bring her? I mean,
yes, I will.
Roscoe, you just want to call her up here like that? You know,
Oh, this isn't just like that. This has been going on for a while.
because this is a that's bringing out the flamethrower to
Yeah, it
maybe
is.
hit a few mosquitoes.
Oh, we're going to get more than just that.
Oh no, this is Helena Taylor. She is
Yes.
she makes Strauss scared.
She's one of my absolute favorite people in the world.
But she's an absolute pleasure.
Oh, yes,
She
absolutely.
really is. She's a delight.
Oh, is she? I don't know her that way. So.
Well, look, the last time you saw her, you guys were kind of, opposite sides of the field, if you will.
Oh, that's a real generous way to put it, Sam. If
Look,
the opposite isn't like, murdering people she might have like taught and knew and stuff like that.
Look, I after getting to know you as more than just, a filthy La Sombra Sabbat Templar that, is a kill on sight individual, and getting to know you and the true depth of being that you are, I have come to respect you. And if I can do it, you got nothing to worry about with Helena.
And that's wonderful. But see, most people just stop at the filthy La Sombra Templar and just they don't look at the smile. They don't notice the drip. They don't,
The drip.
Sometimes you gotta let your soul glow.
That was like that's an old thing. That's an old thing. I know that much. That's what I learned from some of these people I hang out with. But what I was saying is, not everybody knows me the way you all know me, and they might
Lamar,
not be.
I got you back, and I might have a little pull with her to have her.
And Sam can always put in a good word.
Yeah,
I will put in the best word.
All right,
Admiral, I got you. Don't you worry about this.
All right, I'm gonna leave it in your capable hands, but in the meantime, I will also find some other things to do until until Miss Taylor is, what's the word, amenable to discussing things like rational people.
That being said, 3 things. Sam will pull out his phone that has the GPS lock on the phone he gave to Eleanor. Hand it to Roscoe. You know what this is for.
Yeah.
Sam will go into the pocket of his coat, pull out another little smartphone looking thing and hand it to Lamar. That's got a bunch of locations in it for dugouts that I've established throughout the south side, good lookout positions, good observation posts, and good places where you can kind of control, well, at least observe the main thoroughfares and avenues of approach. Okay.
You're muted.
Lamar looks at the phone. Well, all right. Good stuff. But you're just gonna go there, get her, and come back.
Well, here's the thing. It's about a 10-hour drive straight there. Problem is that's a 10-hour drive in the middle of the day. I can't exactly drive in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
So, and I can't exactly go through all those domains by myself, let alone with the Pontifex. So I've got to plan a route, and it's going to be fairly surreptitious and avoiding trouble where I can and whatnot. So it's going to take me a fair piece to go there, get back, because you do not fuck around with the Pontifex's safety, and especially one that I like. That being said, and I will look at Eleanor, and I'll dig into my pockets again, and I'll pull out the keys to the van, and I'll toss them to her. it's a safe place to sleep.
Sam, do you
Ain't the
need your
most-
kukri on your journey?
No, that's all you.
I will keep it safe for you. And you
Keep it,
better come back so I might return it to you.
If you find cause to use it, make sure you swing for the fences, all right? Questions, comments, concerns from anybody?
Sam, I wanted to let you know. Your sister got on a plane today with bodyguards and a brand new, infallible identity.
Yeah. Thank you.
Of course.
And I'll walk over to Genevieve and say, hey, keep an eye on him, will you?
Of course. But before you leave, Mr. Grant, Genevieve is going to rummage around in her little purselet thing. She's going to pull out a credit card that is not in her name. It is in a very ambiguous name, and she's going to hand it to you. This way you have funds for your trip. Since the van makes me think you're not, I don't want you to have to push your vehicle on the road. So
She hasn't seen baby yet, has she?
well,
No,
and I'm sorry. My assumption.
No,
of
I'm
your
gonna
net
I'm gonna
worth-
take the I'm gonna take the card because you take what is offered.
I'm just
I'm gonna
saying.
put that in my pocket.
My assumption of your net worth does not make me feel that you are going to be able to afford gas from here to wherever. So
Yeah, no.
it's an emergency fund, but use it as you see fit. Don't worry about it. No one's going to trace it. It's
You should have a conversation with Bosco about what people are worth. And I'll give Eleanor a hug and say, and just whisper into her ear, don't do anything I wouldn't do.
I promise to try.
If you ever need me, I will 180 like a motherfucker.
I know.
I will shake Lamar's hand.
no, don't do it, Grant. Just get back here as soon as possible so we can, the show can continue. I mean, Grant and Cade only works if, both of the leads are there. That's at least what I got from watching all this television that I was able to watch. So, like I said, come back.
I'll work on it. And then I'll do the Dutch and Dylan arm clasp with Roscoe and then pull him into a hug.
Yeah, man.
Next time I see you, it's going to be with her.
Precious cargo. Yep.
You take care of the rest of them, all right?
I will. Come back soon, man.
And then I will walk over to Jackie and I will offer her my hand.
She will take it and she will pull you into a hug.
And I'll give her a little kiss on the cheek and say, you're all right, Mr. Rand. You're all right.
I know, Sam. And she'll just push his shoulder.
And, keep the keep a candle lit for me.
Remember, Mr. Grant, the appropriate application of cheddar.
I think I prefer my way, which is the appropriate application of explosives, but we'll try your way out a few times.
Have a safe trip, Sam.
I'll be back soon.
Excellent.
So Roscoe, you're absolutely sure she's not just going to go, she's not going to do that fireball thing the moment she sees me, right?
Mostly sure, yeah. Why do you think? No, she's not. She won't. We'll have a talk.
I can't tell if you're serious, and I don't like that. So
that's the way it should be. No, I'll have a talk with her before she comes here, and we'll have it all straightened out.
All right.
And Sam departs. And as we're leading up into the break, I want to take this time right here. I get a little choked up whenever this kind of shit happens. We're going to miss Sam. Mickey Bear has to step away from the game for real life reasons, because real life is a motherfucker and it rears its ugly head in very bad ways. But we're going to miss him, and his seat is going to be waiting for him for when he comes back, because, that's the beauty of taking a break. Once in a while, you need to take a break. That way you can get some stuff in order and come back, because he's still got a seat at this table. I think this coterie would miss their Sam a bit much if he disappeared for too long. So, yep. And we're going to miss you, Mickey. But it's been a pleasure. And I look forward to playing again with you in the future. Because, take care of what you got to take care of and come on back. Because we ain't going far. We'll still be here. And
all right, yeah, go to break, motherfucker. Go to break.
Yep, so we're going to break, and we will see everyone in 10 minutes. Please enjoy the break.
Allow me to introduce myself, though I fear you've heard my name, and that you've heard the story of Countess Bathory. History is told by the victors, heroic warriors, and mad kings. Will you hear my story from the lips of Bathory? They call me that sucking demon, queen of hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Je blood Bathory. I was very wealthy and powerful, a widow with political rivals keen to destroy me and take my property. My plea was never offered. All my confessors were all tortured, or how they destroyed me for my property. They put me up, shut me up, shut me up, put me up, put me up, shut me up, and told a story called Bathory. Let's sucking demon, queen of hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, youthful, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Elizabeth Bathory. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. I've always been the hunter, nothing on my tail. But there was something in you I knew could make that change. To capture a predator who can't remain the prey, you have to become an equal in every way. So look in the mirror and tell me, who do you see? Is it still you, or is it me? Become the beast, we don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. So embrace the darkness, and I will help you see that you can be limitless and fearless if you follow me. We are the lions in the world of lies. We are the predators, the hunters, the hunters. the hunters become the beast. We don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin to burrow within. Do you burrow within? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive?
Welcome back. Once again, I'd like to point out, now that we're back, please, tonight we are raising funds for the National Breast Cancer Foundation. Right over here. I do this wrong every time. It's right over here. You'll see our donation box there. You can see who's donated. We're trying to hit our goal. Thank you to everyone who's donated. Because we pre-record, we can't shout you out real time, but trust me, we'll be shouting you out in chat the whole time. So please give to this amazing cause. Help, get a bunch more women a chance to go get a mammogram, because breast cancer screening is rather important. I just saw an article today that said because of the pandemic, a lot of women did not get their screening that they needed, and it's caused a backlog, which has caused a pile up about conflicting appointments. Trust me, we need this to get done. Okay, this is important. Breast cancer is very treatable if caught early enough. That's why screening is so important to everybody. Now, before the break, some shit happened. We had a number of meetings with the Coterie. Sam actually got to gank a damn Second Inquisition handler. And then, unfortunately, Sam is taking a trip down to D.C. And I know the Coterie's waiting for him to get back from that, and eventually he will, I'm sure. But, the city doesn't stop. And these kindred have other things going on. We're going to skip ahead just a few nights now, when Jackie is once again at her cabaret. When she notices sitting in the corner a man with a dapper hat, watching the show.
Seeing him, she actually goes back to her workroom because she has actually made something for her dapper friend to thank him for his hospitality that he showed her a little bit ago.
Okay.
So she gets a box that she had put the items in, and then goes back out onto the floor and takes a seat beside him.
Hello, Jackie.
Hello. Would you like to come?
I assume we're friends now, right?
We are. Would you like to come back to my office?
Well, of course, I haven't seen Ned yet.
Come on.
And he gets up. And he leaves the stack of chips he had at his table.
Mm-hmm.
He just leaves them on the table.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure somebody will come along and they'll enjoy those.
They will. You've given my staff a nice bonus tonight. Thank you.
No problem.
And she will escort him back to her office.
And he follows you back. And of course, at the end, takes a look at him and then it dawned he knows exactly what he's seeing because a plain, average, ordinary, and every way man with a hat.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of sticks out in an odd way.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get back in the office, the moment you get into the office, he drops his guys.
Mm-hmm.
Nice office. It's, obviously you do a lot of work in here, papers and stuff, but
Of course.
I'll try not to read too many of them.
Oh, it's fine. There's no secrets here that you can't know.
Well, you say that. There's always a secret.
Oh, I'm very good at what I do, Cedric. Trust me, there's nothing here that I don't mind you seeing.
Well,
And I actually hand him the box over and say, this is actually for you, to thank you for your hospitality the other night.
a gift for me. Well, I have a gift for you, but it's not something
Of course,
I can give you.
but this is just my thanks, because you were a gracious host.
And he opens the lid up, and I'll let you describe what's in it.
Inside is a black silk necktie, a black silk bow tie, and a black silk handkerchief that have all been elaborately embroidered with the flowers that he grows in his garden.
You had this made?
I made it.
Damn, now you make me feel bad for not having a gift for you. Well, I guess I can give you information.
That's fine. I hope you enjoy it. I figured a gentleman that understands the pleasures that can be gained from using his own hands to create beauty would appreciate a gift that someone's hands use to create beauty.
Yeah.
And she sits down, so what is the information you have for me?
I did get my pets into that building you talked about, Noah Charter Place. Interesting little place.
Mm-hmm.
You might say I got a peek myself by riding my rats in a manner of speaking.
Mm.
And
That sounds exciting.
no, it's not. It's kind of weird. You're kind of trapped in it. I don't want to go into details, but you are a rat, like behind their eyes.
Yes.
It's
Hmm.
you are them for a while. He doesn't mind it. He's used to this. But I went in there and took a peek around, and definitely a ward. It blocks our kind, but it doesn't block us from entering.
So it's an alert.
Yeah, it alerts anytime somebody crosses it.
Mm.
Lets them know that somebody did it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not bad. I've recognized it. Tyler, the one who used to be there, used to like to use that alert. So I have a feeling that was there before Noah got there.
Okay.
Tyler used to run the airport long ago in Bruja.
Ah.
And gone now, so that's why Noah could take it over.
That was before I came.
Yeah. But it's funny, he met with some little fucking Weasley-looking dude.
Mm.
But then when that Weasley dude left, it's kind of funny because he actually met after that with a woman that came into his office afterwards. And it's kind of, it's just kind of an odd thing because the way she talked to him, let's just say that he was not the one in charge of the discussion.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Your rat has sensitive sense of smell, yes?
Yeah.
Human?
Oh, he kept calling her Felicity.
Ah.
I don't know if you recognize the
I
name,
do.
but I do.
I do.
Yeah. They didn't seem to talk about anything too important, but she was really on him about, providing a list of who's in and out.
Mm.
So I know you all are wondering who's running him. That would probably be the one in charge of him.
Mm-hmm. I see.
I know the council seems to think that she's his pawn, but I got bad news for everybody.
It's the other way around.
I think the roles are not what they thought.
That's what I suspected. Interesting. Yes, the Weasley guy is a handler for the Second Inquisition. He has been eliminated.
Well, that's good, because he definitely was one that wanted to talk about some fucked up shit. Bitching about his team. He still hadn't been able to find info on his team.
Of course not.
I assume that's the ones that rumor has it Nero got hold of.
It does.
That's what I figured. I mean, I know a kindred cover job when I see one in the newspaper and on TV.
Same.
So, yeah. That's how it is. But yeah, so if you're thinking that that's the only handler, I think he reports to Flyboy. You said you got him, that's good, but Flyboy reports to this Felicity person.
Excellent.
She's probably the one you really want to go for.
Absolutely.
I think she's the linchpin of it all.
I believe so, too. And, of course, if Flyboy flies away, well, you know.
You know, I don't like any of the thing I saw there that night or heard. That he's definitely in with them. I didn't think those types that want to do the Inquisition shit could handle being around some of us, but the way she browbeat his ass, I don't think she has a problem with it.
Fascinating. They think they are so smart.
Yeah, I mean, had you not warned me about it and told me to check it out, I probably would have never found out. So that's why I don't mind giving the info there.
I appreciate your efforts, and please give Nim an excellent treat.
I did.
Good work.
And I'd like to tell you I haven't told anyone else, but of course I did. I told Khaled.
Of course you did. It's fine. I didn't expect you not to tell anyone else.
Yeah, he needs that kind of info. Yeah, apparently that Annabelle been a smug bitch lately, and he's,
Yes, Annabelle has been a smug bitch lately. I saw her.
Yeah, well, he's going to make sure that didn't take her down a peg there.
Excellent.
That's all there, and that's not for me.
Excellent.
But I do like the gift. That's nice of you to give me.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, I will. And I'm not done sniffing around there, so if I get anything else, of course, I'm more than willing to bring it over to you.
Excellent.
For a price.
Of course. I'm sure I have something in my bag of tricks that you'll be interested in.
Oh, I'm sure. That I'm hesitant to bring this up, but...
What is it?
You've been nice. You gave me a gift, see, and you put me in a bad situation by giving me a gift like this. I feel I owe you something, so...
You don't owe me anything.
No, I kind of do.
You already paid for the gift. You extended your hospitality to me.
Your boy, Lamar, he was sniffing down south around a certain church. Rumor among the rats is he's caught the attention of Nathaniel.
Nathaniel.
Yeah, you probably don't know him.
No, he's not a social sort, is he?
No, he's not. He's one of us. Which is why it's, rumor among the rats. But he's an odd one. If you believe anything, he kind of grew up Bible-thumping, snake-handling, evangelical type.
Oh, I'm familiar with that type. I spent a number of years in New Orleans.
Yeah, but that, funny you say that because that's actually where he was from.
Oh, funny. How long has he been here?
For a while, actually. But he's just been doing his thing,
Must have been during my absence. I was in Europe for some time.
Yeah, I mean, he's not that old, honestly. I mean, you think he is, but, I guess you could call him, he been around, not even a century yet, so Among our
he's
kind,
young.
that's young.
He is young.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay.
But yeah, he's taking an interest in Nathaniel's he's not an information broker. He's just not a very nice person.
What, he's involved with this church?
I mean, we all have our little places we hide. Rumor has it that's where he hangs out. That's his place.
Interesting.
Not all of us live in sewers, you know.
No, I don't expect that at all.
Some of us like catacombs and
Exactly.
churches. You
I
know,
know.
Martin does the same shit.
I
He
know.
likes churches.
I had a friend who lived in catacombs. Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, so I just, I don't like spilling that info, but I feel I owe you. So
Okay, well, I
tell your buddy
appreciate
to watch his back.
it. I will do so. I will do so.
Yeah, that's all. I just wanted to.
And if you happen to see Martin anytime soon,
I mean, we're due to play chess this weekend.
excellent. Advise him I'm still awaiting to hear his decision.
Okay. I guess. You tell me if you wanted me to know. But I wasn't aware you asked him a question, but I'll let him know.
Oh, it wasn't a question. It was a conundrum he was facing, and he needed to make a decision.
Oh, I'll pass it on. I don't mind. I'm sure he'll tell me or won't.
Good, because I need to do a little business with him if his decision is what I think it is.
Okay. Well, I'll let him know when I play chess with him coming up.
Thank you.
So.
Thank you, Cedric.
Yep. And I'll tell him either contact you or if he doesn't feel like he's going to, I'll send him over and let him say hi.
Perfect. I'll make sure I have a treat.
Yeah, that's not a problem. You don't really need treats. I mean, but
No,
he's a rat. He won't turn down
He
food.
won't turn it down, and he will enjoy it, so it's fine.
That little shit will pretty much eat anything you put in front of him.
Then I'll be careful with my fingers.
Yeah, you should be. And if you have any rats you like, don't put those in front of him either.
The only ones I like, darling, are yours.
I swear, yeah. I'm waiting to hear about him pulling, some guy off the street at some point. But, I mean, it wouldn't shock me, that's for sure.
Excellent. Well, is there anything else I can do for you this evening?
No, you gave me a gift, so I had to give one back. But I do like the thing you got me looking into. This Second Inquisition guy is kind of fascinating to poke around in.
Mm-hmm. Indeed it is.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I'll make sure that Etienne escorts you out. If you would like to stay and watch the shows, you can.
I know I've got other business. I just figured I'd sit there until you noticed me. I can reasonably claim to have, been just waiting to be noticed and enjoying what I'm seeing rather than actively being here, to watch the show. I got reputation.
You should come on an evening when I'm performing.
Well, I will when I get a chance, but, I'm a busy man.
I know you are. I know. Well, you have a wonderful evening, Cedric.
You too. If you don't mind, will you look over there a second? When you turn your head, okay, that's good. And you look back, and now he's back to this nondescript individual.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to walk out of here looking like I was.
I understand.
People in the hallway out there might think something's wrong going on. But have a good night, Jackie.
Thank you, Cedric.
It's always hard doing the voice. And he turns and steps out to see Etienne. I'm leaving, sir. And Etienne just nods and escorts him out. Now we got to flash over to Lamar. Lamar, you have arranged a meeting with someone, haven't you?
Yes. Speaking to Tariq about a job I gave him a little while back.
You back at the bar?
Yes.
Okay. And
In my booth.
In the booth, same booth as always. And he comes, hey, boss.
Tariq, good to see you.
It's been a while. Been busy.
Yeah, everybody's been busy, and I know stuff down here has been pretty hectic, so.
Oh, it has.
Good to see you.
We've avoided casualties.
Excellent. I knew you were the right man for the job. Your leadership very clearly on display here, and I see that, and I want you to know that.
Boss, I saw the craziest shit last night.
What's that?
So one of them black fucking black SUVs riding around, the ones you keep seeing driving up and down here and shit. So one of them driving down, and I shit you not, I saw a homeless guy throw out one of those spike strips that the police use. As it drove by, they rolled it across the street, and when the van hit it and the tires popped, when it stopped, they swarmed that motherfucker and just like beat the hell out of, I swear they probably killed 5 or 6 different fucking guys in there. All of them wearing like suits and shit. I mean, craziest shit I've ever seen.
They're getting pretty wild out there.
I've never seen a bunch of homeless. I mean, it was like bum fights versus corpse fights. I mean, it was like, you're talking stuffed shirt dudes in suits and shit getting their ass beat.
Oh, they weren't ready. They got caught slipping.
Those spaghetti looking motherfuckers got beat down.
Well, all right. If you see that, keep happening, just make sure you keep the guys away from there, keep everything underground. I think if things keep going like that, it's going to be a very short sort of fight. We want to stay the course, make sure we don't get caught in it.
Well, we were too busy laughing to get involved. I mean, who the fuck has a roll of spike strips and just throws that out in the street as they see? I mean, come on, boss. That shit's crazy.
It is, but I mean, you'd be surprised. Them spike strips are.
I know.
Yeah, they're easier to get than you think.
Started making me think about, why don't we have some of those? Next time there's a drive-by, somebody throw one up the street. If we had some handy, we can throw them up the street next time we drive by, and you ain't getting away at least.
See, this is America, and we wouldn't get away with that. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I know your point. Yeah. We start doing shit like that, and we're going to have every SWAT officer in the fucking city down here running them around. I know. And as much as we pay them to stay out of our shit, it wouldn't matter.
No, because then they'll just have the guys from the other side of town come over, and we're not paying them. Yeah.
But I just wanted you to, who does that shit? I mean, after they beat their asses, they literally threw them all in the van and just left. The van sat there for like 2 hours before the SUV was like 2 hours before somebody found it and drove it off. It just sat there. We weren't going to touch it. We're like, no, we don't want fingerprints.
Right. Good. And good work there. But yeah, there's clearly those guys made someone mad. And we don't want to make those people mad.
Yeah, no, fuck. That's the first time I've seen that. But I know that's not what you called me down here for.
No. Did you find the ledger?
I know where it is. And
all right.
I've got a plan to get it.
Okay.
But I'm going to need some help from some people that aren't from the neighborhood.
What is your plan here?
We need to distract her a bit. It's in the house.
It's in the house. All right.
And while she leaves normally, when she leaves, there's always somebody there. But my thought is, I got a plan for how we can get it. What we need to do is get some people from not in the neighborhood that she won't be able to ID later. Do a package delivery, and when they answer the door, it's a robbery. We're going to bum rush, have them go in there, grab the shit, steal TV, steal a bunch of things that make it look like an actual robbery, but make sure they grab the book and take it too.
Just one way you could go about it. Where in the house is it?
She's got it locked in one of them damn fire safes. But it's not like bolted to anything. It's like she's got it. It's weird as shit. The box springs of the bed, she's got a cutout in it. And it actually sits there. Don't ask me how I found that out. Trust me. Some things you don't want to know. But she hides it in there.
Guess.
And
when was the last time you talked to her?
About 2 days ago. I was, like you said, trying to make good, trying to smooth it over so, I can get close.
If you called her say you called her tonight and asked her to go out, have dinner. talk about things a little more. What are the, tell you really want to talk, get her out of the house.
She'd probably leave at least Dre in the house.
Who's Dre?
She kind of shacking up with him, but she says it's her boyfriend, but
All right, bet.
he's muscle.
Let Dre, that's cool. Dre can stay in the house. You get her to come out. I'll find some guys from outside the neighborhood and take care of it.
I mean, that'll work. I mean, we just don't want her to recognize who's doing it or him, And if it looks like a robbery, it's a robbery, That's what I figured. The fire safe, somebody steals a fire safe, of course, you're going to rob a place, you find a fire safe, what do? Take that shit. I thought she'd have that bitch at least bolted in like a real safe, but.
No, because if you absolutely need to take something.
It's quicker to grab the safe and run with it than pull, open up and dial and, yeah, I get you. I see it.
But yeah, if you can get her to leave the house tonight, I got someone in mind.
I mean, I can do that.
I mean, bonus points if you can get her to take Dre, tell her you're okay with the relationship or some shit like that.
She'll leave somebody. She always does.
Okay.
That's the problem. That's what, because I can get her out, but she's always leaving somebody. And if Dre's not there when she goes to go somewhere, she has somebody come over and sit there.
The house, does it have a security alarm, cameras, any of that?
Doesn't have security alarm and camera. Got bars on all the windows.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, the normal shit. But, she got the normal door, deadbolt, chain on it. But that's why, package idea, that was the idea, is that they at least open it enough so that, they'll peek through the chain to sign for it and look at it and shit. But those chains are nothing. You can kick through those once you get them to undo the deadbolt. You kick right through that shit.
All right. Yeah. Make the call. Tell her to meet you somewhere about an hour or so from now.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
All right.
Sure thing, boss. That gets her. I don't have to worry about her getting hurt. She won't even be there. And I have an alibi. I'm with her. It wasn't me.
Yep. All right, then I'll hit you up. I'll hit you up when I know it's done.
Okay. We can do that. And he hops up and goes, I'm going to go make phone calls and give it probably about half hour and then we'll be out.
All right, good. Lamar will get up and he'll go to his car.
Okay.
Yeah, then he's going to put on his gloves and time for some B&E.
Okay.
Our local Asambra.
Okay, we're going to do that. You know where she lives. It's a row house. She don't live in, apartments or anything. It's a row house, but bars on all the windows. But the door is still a door.
Lamar's going to just kind of take a look at the security she's got on the house, any guys outside or, in the general area.
There's no guys outside, not outside the house itself, but you recognize a number of the boys from the neighborhood out watching the place, but doing it from, other porches, other places.
Okay.
She's got her lookouts for sure, but they're not as obvious. Actually, a little more subtle than you expected from her.
Well, then the first chance Lamar gets, he's going to, he'll actually park his car about a block and a block over.
Okay.
He'll park his car a block over, and then he will kind of walk. He'll cut through he'll cut through some of the alleys that he knows.
Okay.
And once he enters one of the alleys, he'll rouse, and then he'll use Shadow Cloak.
Actually, you don't need to rouse for Shadow Cloak. It's free.
Even better.
Passive. You can just pull the shadows around you. Get a 2 dice bonus on stealth rolls. Which, deck stealth, add 2 extra dice.
And then he will make his way to the the back door of the house.
Okay. So dex stealth with 2 extra dice. Let me see here. I'm going to... Interesting roll. Yes, I rolled a physical die for that.
And, Lamar will rouse for physical on that.
Okay. You're going to rouse to add an extra 2 dice to your roll. So first do your rouse, and then we'll see what you get. Let's see.
Oh, so close.
Oh, you got hungrier. And your beast speaks in your head. Now we're talking. You know, we can go in there and just fucking wax this fool Dre. Fucking do it old style. Go in there, wax his ass, take our shit and go. So you're going to get to roll, let's see, 2 dice plus, so you're going to 3, 4, 5, 7 dice.
Yeah. This thing doesn't have a thing for 7 dice. It goes
Here's
5
your little
and then
trick.
10.
You ready? Right
Okay.
click that, go to 5. And while you have 5 in there, roll, let me see. While holding it over the symbol, the die picture down there, you can make it go up. Let me pull it up. I just had it do it earlier.
Like, do I right click or?
Yep.
or
Right click it and it'll go to 6 or 7 while you still have it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Handy little feature. Wow. 5 successes?
I clicked 1 too many dice, but.
Yeah, we'll go with it. It's funny because I rolled to see what the status was there because I like to roll that. And when you come up on the back, sneak and draw in the shadows, you're in the shadowed section and you actually see a guy step out the back door as you get up to see it. As you're just over the fence, crouched down in a dark corner of the backyard, guy steps out the back door, lights up a cigarette, starts smoking.
This motherfucker. All right. And so Lamar watches him for a moment. He'll reach into his jacket and he will take his silencer and put it onto and screw it onto his gun. And now is the guy just like, is he watching like forward or?
He's literally just out there kind of just looking at his feet, smoking a cigarette, looking around the house. Just every once in a while, he looks in the door like he's trying to see the TV from outside the back door. So anybody knows, that's why I rolled a physical die. I wanted to see the status of whether somebody inside, outside, back door opened. Rolled a 10, which in my thing makes it favorable for the player actually doing the attack or going in there. So it turns out, yep, he's out there smoking, just smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, Lamar will walk up right behind him, and then he'll put 2 in his heart and 1 where he used to think.
Rolling here to see. Hey, Steve Perry. Doesn't even pay attention to you as you come up behind him. He had no successes in picking up that somebody was creeping up on him. None.
I will put my gun away, and then before he falls down, just sit him in that chair right outside that door.
Yeah, no point to make you roll. Not at point blank range. Surprise. No.
Sit him down, let him sit there on the back porch and contemplate the last few seconds of whatever he has left going, and then enter the house.
You said you put 2 in his chest, 1 in his head?
Yep.
He's not, only thing that is going through his mind was lead.
Welcome to Chicago, buddy. No one's good enough for my little girl. And he walks in the house.
And, yep, he was watching basketball. That's what's on the TV. Not a soul in the place.
And Lamar stops for a second just to look at some of the old pictures and everything. And notices that none of those pictures contain him.
Not a one. Several pictures of her mother.
I'll head towards the bedroom and look for that safe.
When you lift up the box springs, he wasn't lying. They've cut a hole in the bottom of the box springs. When you lift it up, the safe is right there. Sitting in that hollow spot that's in the side of the inside the box springs, a little fire safe. It's one of them Chantry brand key lock that everybody knows has like four tumblers in it. Can be picked by somebody with a paperclip.
And yeah, Lamar's going to see if he can work out the combination.
No, it's a key lock. Now, if you want to try to break it and pick it real quick, I'll let you go. Let me see. I'm looking here at what we got. It wouldn't be stealth, larceny. You can go larceny, dex larceny. Because I assume competence, knowing what you were getting into. I assume you brought lock picks or something.
What's larceny at all, possibly? Or
sure.
Okay.
As somebody who's actually learned how to pick locks, there's a certain intuitiveness to it that's beyond physical dexterity skills, because I know how to pick locks.
All right, so yeah.
Or 6 dice.
You know, I'm gonna rouse for this too.
Okay. Get that hunger up. Come on, let's do it. Nope, your beast does not speak. You did not get hungrier. So 4, 5, 6, 8 dice. We'll see what you get.
Okay.
We'll see if you can pick this lock.
7.
Shouldn't be hard. I'm not. I mean, technically, actually, let's be honest. If you want, you can take half.
No, I'm
half on 8 dice. That's 4. That's enough for a challenging lock, and I would not call these things a challenging lock.
No, I'm gonna give it a shot. You
just want to see how well you do, huh?
Yeah.
You got 4. You got the equivalent to take half. You easily pick the lock, and inside, birth certificate, social security card, marriage record, divorce record, and a black book.
I take the black book.
It is full of numbers, names, account balances of people who owe what. And then there's a section you can't decipher. It's almost written in a code. But the very first part of it definitely says church. And then there's a whole section that seems to be written in some sort of code. Now, you didn't know she did any kind of codes, but apparently
she does. Now, Lamar wants to make sure that this doesn't lead back to Tariq. So, he's going to take everything in the safe.
Okay.
And then, so there's no one else in the house.
Assuming competence, you're going to swipe the jewelry, swipe, all the stuff you could take
swipe
up
the
and
jewelry.
sell.
Yeah, swipe the jewelry, and then, you know what? He's gonna put all the way. He's gonna grab the TV, and then about halfway to the door, he's gonna drop it. Yeah, he's gonna drop it and shatter it. That way,
Yeah, big old cracks appear in the TV.
Poor Dre died over a television, but hey, he was loyal to the end, or something like that. And
you slip out the back.
Pat Dre on the shoulder.
And yeah, he's definitely quite dead. Still, yeah.
Maybe next life, buddy. And he will then head back to his car, get in, and drive out.
I rolled a 1 success on whether anyone noticed you. I don't think anyone noticed you doing that, especially not in the part of town you are, because once again, my dice are cursed tonight. So, as far as you can tell, you've gotten away clean with your notebook you wanted.
Get back in the car, drive off. About halfway down the road, take off the gloves, put those away, and then I'll go ahead and drive back. I'll be on the way back to my haven to go over everything that I found.
And we're going to skip ahead. You spend a day or two reviewing what you found. We'll talk about whether you can break the code. We'll talk about that after the session. You may have to bring in somebody that has a whole shitload of book learning that's sitting in the bottom left corner of the screen. Because he might be able to help with that kind of stuff. So we're going to flash a day or two ahead because the Coterie has a gathering. Yes, Jackie?
Actually, I would have sent a text after the discussion with Cedric to Lamar. Let him know we need to talk.
Okay. Is that to just Lamar or to
just
everybody?
Lamar.
Okay. Well, then I will let y'all handle that. I guess Lamar is going to be going with his little black book to his haven. Does he stop on the way to visit Jackie, or does he put the book in his haven first?
Actually, he will have the book. He will go to Jackie first, and then he will.
Okay. Well, then I will turn it over to you two to have a meeting.
And actually, the cabaret is closed now, so they have the place to themselves.
Oh, yeah, because it's late.
Mm-hmm. Lamar, I just wanted to give you some information that I got.
All right.
It seems that you have stumbled upon a certain church in Southside.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, no, I went there. I was looking for something regarding what we talked about before. And there's someone there. They've got some kind of claw hold over at least one of the priests there. Guy actually lied right to my face.
Yes, it is a Nosferatu named Nathaniel Borderiff. A very unpleasant individual.
Is he on anyone's protected list, or?
I'm not aware. I can try to find that out for you. But from what I understand, even the Nosferatu don't really like him. He is originally from New Orleans. He was one of those evangelical, Bible-thumping, probably danced with snakes, fucking religious fanatic.
Oh, one of those. All right.
I did not know him while I was there, but I was away for quite a number of years. And he is not exceptionally old. He is under a century old. So.
Is there, I mean, I saw him for a moment. I mean, he let me see him, but I don't know if that was part of his plan or if he's going to make an issue out of it.
Well, I believe that is his hideout, his haven.
All the times for Sam to take a powder. And no, he didn't. I mean, I don't mean it like that.
I know.
I could have used Grant's backup, but he's doing what he's got to do. So I'll do what I got to do. I'm not gonna start a fight as long as he doesn't come at me, doesn't get in my way. I'm not gonna start any problems. Nosferatu, they can do their stuff, you know.
Well, I would imagine where he actually resides is under the church, but you know what I mean.
I mean, yeah.
But just wanted to advise you of someone that you're dealing with, and I will do some further research. I just found out tonight who it was.
No.
So I will do some additional digging, see what I can find out about him, see if he is associated with anyone that we need to be wary of. Okay.
Well, thank you for letting me know, because yeah, if I hadn't seen him, I'd be very surprised right now, but just it's good to know what I'm up against. So.
Yeah.
And he takes Jackie's hand. Hey, thanks.
Of course. I just figured that you needed to know, because Cedric, words got around through the Nosferatu. He told me that you were seen there, and that is Nathaniel's place.
Oh, you know what? Cedric's turning out to pay some dividends around here. I mean,
he is a good friend to have.
Sounds like it. Thank him for me the next time you run into him.
I will do such. Thank you.
You good here? Or
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
All right. Well, you have a good night.
You too.
Cough killing me there. And so Lamar heads off to his haven. And now we're going to flash ahead. to a night that the Coterie is supposed to gather. Where are they gathering at? Bookstore, club, where's it at?
Should be at the bookstore.
At the bookstore?
By State Bookstore, yeah.
Okay.
Bookstore it is. No need to get choked up about it, though.
I can hear a wheezing in my voice, and it makes me want to cough, you see. So the Coterie is gathered at the bookstore. And I'm going to turn this over to the players as they gather. We're going to assume everyone has already arrived. So we don't play the everyone arriving game because that takes a lot of time.
Mm-hmm. Ah.
Oh, well, welcome, everyone.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you all again.
You hear from Grant?
No, I haven't heard from him for a few days. I'm sure he's making his way quietly down to DC.
Yeah, probably so, yeah.
Quietly.
Yeah, good to be here.
Does that man do anything quietly? I'm sorry.
When the mission requires it, you can bet on it.
I'll reserve some of my betting money toward the other side of that bet. I think so.
Well, I mean, he seemed really happy to be going to see her. I mean, Roscoe, you don't think there's anything there, do you?
Hard to say, Sam. Sam's a very likable guy.
Some ladies go for that. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Regarding our Second Inquisition operation, I received intelligence from Cedric. He was able to send one of his rats into the charter building. The ward is a detection ward. It alerts when individuals are there, basically. And Flyboy reports to Felicity.
He reports to her.
She is not his pawn as the council and prince think. He is
Really?
her pawn.
Of course, he's a fucking thin blood. He didn't have the power to leverage. Oh my God. This city is run by incompetence. I'm sorry. It has to be said. Just has to be said. I'm sorry.
So that means we got to wax them both then. Him
Yep.
for his BS and him for his BS and her for knowing too much about us.
Yes, and a primogen is aware because Cedric has told his primogen.
You know, and this all this is all, if you think about it, this is all Portia's fault for
I
going
know.
to bat for this guy.
Yes. And Annabelle backed him.
I mean, you don't think we could get Kevin Jackson to, I don't know, maybe lower the boom on either one of them, both of them? I feel like, this is a win. This is an absolute win situation for us if we play this right.
I am only concerned because Annabelle has been in this city for a very long time and has many influential people in her pocket. So that is my concern with that. And if we make Annabelle an enemy by shaming her with this intelligence, we make Portia an enemy.
Yeah, that does put us on.
That puts us on the board. So,
What are we just settling for wiping out Flyboy and this Felicity chick and calling it a night?
I can put some words in some ears and let other people handle the court. So it is not us. I believe that would be our best course, and we eliminate the targets.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because our handler was reporting to Flyboy. Flyboy is reporting to Felicity. Felicity is the main head of operations in this city.
You think she's the controller just for Chicago, or she would oversee multiple cells?
She might oversee regional.
That becomes a much bigger problem.
Any chance we just put a hot one in her head and deal with Flyboy and let Damien deal with Flyboy?
Jenny, you have something?
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking. Cutting off the head of the snake in front of you doesn't necessarily keep the rest of the snakes at bay. It may be possible to do other things in the instance of Felicity instead of just killing her or disappearing her, because they will replace her, and then you don't have any guarantee that whoever replaces her will be back in the same position. You can't keep killing whoever it is that they send to be the replacement, because that creates its own set of issues. So I'm trying to spin the gears. If she's driven, and this is some sort of if we knew what was her motivation, that's just it. If this is money, if this is revenge, if this is fear, if this is something that you can tweak the knob just a little bit, I don't know. Sorry, it's that preying on people's things that people we can't get when they're at home, sort of thing. So,
Jenny, how about we both leverage our connections to find out information on her?
I think this is the kind of situation that a phone call would be warranted.
And I can get information too. However, Flyboy.
Oh, no, definitely.
Yeah, fuck him.
Definitely.
He's a fucking pawn. Take his head off.
I'm just thinking, because if we can take over Felicity, as it were, per se, she can continue filing the reports. We can tell her what to say. Potentially, Flyboy's gone. She's filing bullshit reports. I don't know. I'm just thinking, because I'm just kind of thinking like.
Question: is that the end in the room, or is he in the car?
He's out in the hallway.
Okay. At the bookstore? Is he in
the
bookstore?
He's in the car. He's in the car.
Never mind. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a knock at the bookstore's front door.
Okay. I look out to see who it is.
Ben Galura standing out front.
We have a visitor. Let me invite him in.
Who is it?
Roscoe.
Wait, didn't we just go over that?
How do you feel about that, Ellen?
It is your shop. I can go out to meet with him. I'm
you
certain
wish to?
he's come to speak to me.
Do you wish to, or do you want him in here with us?
Why don't we all go to the door?
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
So you all go to the door, and when you go to the door, he's just standing right outside the door, just patiently waiting. Hello. Hello, Eleanor.
Hello?
Jacqueline.
Hello, not Ben.
You don't have to be rude. I am technically Ben. Go to any doctor.
Mm-hmm.
They'll say I'm Ben.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that whole technically correct being the best kind of correct thing is cool with most stuff. Not this.
Not possession.
Oh, so this is the asshole.
I don't think I've had the pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
And you would be?
Now, but hold on, man. You really did just literally snatch someone's whole soul. You took someone's whole life. How are you even okay with that?
He didn't want it anyway. He was weak. He was broken. He was tired of the paranoia, of being pursued, of being food, of being targeted, of being worthless, being less than nothing. And it broke his soul down. It wasn't taking it as more as I filled a hole he had. It's just sometimes when you go to fill a bucket, it overflows. And when it overflowed, well, he got pushed out.
That sounds like a whole lot of justification and making yourself feel better about it. But hey, you're not one to judge.
That's a really weird metaphor for doing some kinky sex stuff there, buddy. But no,
it's an interesting
fuck you.
concept.
You're a piece of shit. You hurt my friend. You're a piece of shit.
Do you think you can goad me with this?
No, I'm not trying to goad you. I'm just telling you what you are, man. If she said the word, I'd pounce your fucking ass right here.
Were I free to act as I chose, I could give you a demonstration.
So you chose to fill the hole in this.
No, I am forced to follow orders that I do not wish to obey. But it's okay. Eternity is a very long time. I know it far better than your kind ever will. You try spending a few millennia in the fucking abyss, locked in a prison with nothing.
So, emissary, what brings you tonight?
I have come because my master wishes a deal to be completed. My master wishes to speak with Eleanor, to have questions answered. As agreed.
As agreed. I will fulfill the agreement. Where shall I meet your master?
Well, let's just say you and I have to take a trip. We have to depart together.
You have to open the doors.
Well, of course I do. If they could open the door, I wouldn't have been necessary in the first place. Seems our usual method burnt down some years ago.
See. Well, may I have a few minutes to settle my affairs with my friends?
With the way your friend was talking to me, I shouldn't give you that. But
you are courteous.
I will follow courtesy. You may have a few minutes.
I thank you. Will be just a moment.
I will wait right here. Well, unless you would like to invite me in, Roscoe.
Tonight, I think it would be best for you to stand outside.
He is learning. I will wait here.
It will just be a few moments.
You notice that Etienne has gotten out of the vehicle and is casually leaning against it where he can keep an eye on the guy and also respond if he needs to.
Oh, I got one question for Ben. What is the what assurance do we have that your master is going to let Eleanor go when this is all over? Because it's to answer some questions you said. I'm making sure I understand exactly, it's not going to answer some questions and then bite her head off because, it's Tuesday and he's feeling kind of peckish.
You have their word, the same word that forged the original agreement and has kept to the agreement. Their kind have not left Chinatown, as agreed. Their kind has punished all those who came into Chinatown with less than honorable ideas, as agreed. You have their word. I can't give you mine because you wouldn't care about my word. Truth be told, my word's not worth it anyway.
Lamar will go ahead and go back inside and wait and join the others.
Come back inside. Roscoe, is there a side entrance? I need to call Michael in.
Yes, there's the loading dock entrance at the back.
And I'm going to send a text to Michael and ask him to come into the store through the loading dock entrance.
Okay. And he drives around and... Yes, ma'am? Eleanor, what's up?
Michael, I have to make a trip.
Where are we going?
Unfortunately, you're not coming with me.
Wait, what?
Yes. This is much like the treatment plant, but deals with places outside of the purview of this existence.
Wait, I don't like the Look, I served Jonathan quite a while. I learned all about other existences. I don't like the sound of this.
Well, we're all sort of in the same boat in that case. It is. Not without its dangers. But I will be back. I just don't know when. And it would not do to step away and fulfill this agreement without seeing that you are cared for in that time.
You're not giving me a choice again, are you?
No. Were I to give you the choice, I'm afraid you would not survive it.
Yep, that's not enough successes to resist the bond.
I admire you for trying and for caring, Michael.
I exist to serve.
It does me great pain to ask you to wait.
Oh, I will wait.
Especially given what has happened in the past. And I know you will wait. But I do not ask it of you lightly. I am going to speak to Jackie of this. She will understand.
Yes, ma'am. Is that all?
When I return, you may ask something of me.
Yes, ma'am.
So you can think about what you wish to ask of me.
I will.
And I will. I will be back. There is a lot of work you and I need to do. And the next time I go traveling, you will go with me.
I'm going to try to hold you to it.
Do. You must.
I'll wait in the back room until Jackie summons me.
Good. And I will actually put my arms around him, kiss him on the cheek.
And he gives you a kiss back on your cheek. And he steps back, and it's with visible effort that he forces himself to walk from the room. As you can see, he's trying to disobey, but he doesn't have the will to do it.
That persistence is a guiding light. Can be seen across the stars, you know. And I'll go back to the others.
You know, Eleanor, you don't have to do this. That guy has to be weak after doing all that he has done.
I have no doubt he is weakened. But we are our promises. We can only deal honorably.
Everybody with this duty and obligation, nobility bullshit.
I was not a good Sunday school student, or not a Sunday school student at all, but I thought you couldn't trust a demon. If he is what everyone says he is, why would you believe his honor or whatever? He's a fucking dick. If you said the word, I will go out there and I will tear his fucking head off.
That might not go as well as you think. Broken pacts have consequences.
Yes.
What?
And I do believe him when he says that this is not his mission, not his choices. He is being commanded by another. And it is that one with whom I must have words. And when I do, and I return, I hope to have something to share with the rest of you about their bargain, about who they are, how many they are, what they wish, what they look forward to, why a bargain in the first place. So, I honor my agreement, and there is nothing yet to say that one should not be cordial and courteous with this one's master. Though, of course, with that one, it wears my friend's face, but it's not my friend. Jackie, I've spoken with Michael, and though he is very displeased with all of this, understandably, I leave him in your care.
He will be cared for very well. I will ensure that Abigail does so.
Good. I know she will. And
you return, my friend.
oh, I hate these sorts of goodbyes, and even though it is not forever.
No, it's not a goodbye.
I reach in and just give you a giant bear hug.
I return the giant bear hug, tightly squeeze.
You return, my friend.
I promise I will come back.
And I'll lean back and put both hands to your cheeks. You have never broken your word to me. Do not start now.
I won't. We are our promises.
And she gives
we
you a
keep our
kiss
pacts.
on both cheeks
I return a kiss on each cheek.
and steps away.
Ginny. And you've only just arrived and all of this nonsense is happening. Ugh, it's very rude of us, so uncourteous of Chicago. And I throw my arms around you and give you a big bear hug too.
Genevieve returns the hug. It's okay. It's okay, Eleanor. Honestly, this is just another. She kind of like pulls you away. She's like, I apologize to you for being discourteous to the asshole out there, but he hurt you, so.
No, I think you said all the right things.
Good, because yeah, I do promise I will tear his fucking head off.
And I lean in close and I say, you may yet have your opportunity. You have but to find it.
Perfect. Oh, yet to have some fun in this fucking city.
When I return, we should have some fun, shouldn't we?
Yes. Yes, and you're going to have to tell everybody the story about the hotel room in Vegas.
No.
Yes. That's your part of the bargain to come back. Of course, if you don't want to tell everybody the story, you can just not come back. That's fine. That's not fine.
No. I will return and I will tell the story.
Perfect.
This I promise.
Because I'm tired of being misrepresented.
I wonder what they'll think.
It'll be great. It'll be fantastic. It'll be revelry for all. Or that sounds like an odd choice of words. Whatever. I'm off my game because I'm just.
Oh, I understand, but you're still lovely.
Just so kind to say that.
I mean it. And I turn to Lamar. And I hold my arms out as if to hug him, but I don't approach, leaving it open.
Lamar gives her a big bear hug.
Return the big bear hug, standing on tippy toes because Lamar's pretty tall.
Now, I conveniently didn't bring it up, but you still owe me a reading. So I expect you to come back so I get that reading. And if for some reason, you go to, if this whoever it is in the master person is in Chinatown, if they think about reneging on this deal and deciding they want to keep you, you let me know. And all I'm saying is there's going to be big trouble in that little space they call Chinatown.
I expect nothing less.
I'm serious. I will show them why we invented gunpowder.
Well, I have already promised you a reading. Then I double promise to return so I can give you that reading.
Good, because if you don't come back, I got to listen to all three of these sad people, talk about how much they miss you, and I'm just not here for it.
Oh no,
so you got to come back. They need you, so you got to come back.
I will. Of course I will. And I'll bring you a souvenir if I can.
Cool, yeah. Bring me a fortune cookie machine or something like that. That's what I want.
Excellent, yes.
You crack the cookies, I'll eat them, you take your fortunes.
And we find out how this whole thing was supposed to work all along. There we go. Maybe I'll even try one just for you.
Ooh.
Oh.
Now you have to come back.
Well, now it's not a question anymore if it ever was. This I have to see. And then I turn to Roscoe. I go up, put my arms around you.
I return it.
Hug. You have a great responsibility, Roscoe. You have to look after everyone. Sam has charged you, and I have as well.
I will. Now you do have to come back. So I'll be keeping a lava cake warm for you.
Well,
and I will be looking for you.
Good. You may know that I have returned before I can let you know that I have returned. And I shall be returning, I promise. And if I see anything interesting, I'll tell you all about it.
Oh, please do.
I have my bag with my drawings in it. We'll see what I can't do. Perhaps the Jade Demon will be impressed by such skill. Or perhaps not.
Let's hope so. We'll see you soon.
Yes. Now you must all promise me. You will take good care. You will stay off the board.
If you can find out what the board is for certain.
Oh, yes.
Please do.
I will look into that. But of course, you must destroy our enemies.
course.
You must have some fun when I'm gone. For I want to hear all the stories of everything that has happened. Unless, of course, I return tomorrow night, in which case nothing much will have happened, but...
Then we can just laugh at how serious we all got tonight.
Oh, how very dramatic we were. Someone should start quoting Shakespeare. If we shadows have offended, think but this and all is mended. That you have but slumbered here, while these visions did appear. And this weak and idle theme is nothing more than a dream.
Is Michael in the back?
Yes. He waits your call.
Of course.
I wish I knew how better to comfort him.
I will see to it.
When I return, I might need your advice on how to make it up to him. Though I have promised next time we travel, he will go with me.
It will always be my pleasure to offer what advice I can.
I love each of you. Know that.
And we adore you, Eleanor.
I carry that with me. And I will give everyone each again a quick hug and kiss on the cheek. I'll take my bag. And I'll go to the door.
And as the coterie watches you step outside, the emissary looks. Prepare yourself. This is going to be unpleasant in some ways. And you all see a silver tear in front of him. And then it widens into an opening. And even from inside the shop, you can hear moans, screams, crying. Through this tear, you can see shifting winds. Sometimes the winds are sand, sometimes blood. Sometimes it's bits and pieces of paper. It's always shifting with every look. And he holds Eleanor's hand and steps through. And as he steps through, and as it starts to close, you all catch a glimpse of him suddenly stumbling forward a bit, catching himself on one knee, as if greatly weakened by what he just did, and relying on Eleanor to help him rise. As the
help him.
Portal closes behind him. And as this coterie is shattered, down 2 people for different reasons. Yes, Jackie.
He's weak. Tomorrow night, Roscoe, start tracking Ben.
I will.
We take his head.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm down for that shit. Roscoe.
I aim to make good on my promise.
I want to see him get the E for everyone hands. That's what I want. But Roscoe, I need to ask you a favor, and I need you to not say no because of the whole you dropped the whole bringing Helena in thing on me. So
Ask.
But no, I gotta and he pulls out the book. Most of this book is, just regular, math and bullshit, but there's a part here in the back that I don't understand, and I need someone who can crack an obscure code, or maybe it's not obscure, but you're good with figuring out, secret shit. So figured maybe let you take a crack at it and you tell me what it says.
I'd be glad to try. Sure.
Thanks, man.
I'll need to talk with you a little bit about it, just to get some background on what it might be, what it could be, sort of thing.
Okay.
So that would help decrypt it, but absolutely I'll help you with that.
Thanks.
And as people set out,
Come, Michael.
he follows. He's not happy. He doesn't want to speak. Still bound to his actual master. The bond does not shatter when she crosses the bond because she's not dead.
Jackie actually takes his hand.
And Lamar, as you leave here, you find yourself, you don't know why. Something pulls you almost in a dream. You find yourself on Fort Dearborn Road, or Fort Dearborn Drive, right by the lakeshore. And when you realize where you are, kind of shake your head to clear the fog. And you hear, "You bastard." When you look over, your dead wife is in the car beside you.
Angie.
How the fuck could you do that to me, to us?
I had my reasons. It was keeping all of you safe.
Well, keep this safe. And the car
But-
rears over, cuts
Angie, what are you doing?
right across the lakefront trail, and plunges directly in. to Lake
Angie, what the?
Michigan. And as your car sinks under the water from the impact, this is where we end. Episode 5 of Windy City After Dark. And I'm going to go straight to the viewer vote first before we go into a whole bunch of other stuff. This week's viewer vote is Jenny, Jackie, and Eleanor. Now let me address this right here. First of all, pop over to Discord, give you the viewer vote. Yes, Eleanor is also departing the stream for a while because, again, the real world sucks. And sometimes you have to, take care of real world things so that you can come back and play at the table. And Eleanor is stepping away for a little while. Her seat is still here. She will be back. Please pop on Discord, give us the viewer vote. Please donate to this amazing cause.
And thank you to those who have donated.
That's right.
Seriously. Thank you.
I want to say right here, we are going to open up a casting call for one temporary to long-term cast member to fill in until Sam and Eleanor return. Sam and or Eleanor return. I'll put it that way. So please keep an eye on the Discord. We're going to be doing a casting call. So the general requirements are you must be available to record Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. 7:30 p.m. Eastern's when we get online first to do our mic checks and everything. So keep that in mind if you're applying. That's our record time. The rest of the casting requirements will be in the chat. But so this is a temporary to long-term until real life stops sucking. Because, it's going to be a different game for a while, everybody. And we are sad to see both Lady Mirrowolf and Mickey have to back-to-back
Step
away like this for real life. But we understand why.
Absolutely.
We appreciate them sharing with us why. And we wholeheartedly support their decisions. And just like we support their decision to come back when the time is right. So thank you for that. Please give to this amazing cause. Bits of donations. Donations that right now go to the cause. Bits go to the players. So if you want to give to the players of this amazing episode, this amazing series, please, bits right there. Pop on the Discord. Now you know. When this airs, there will be 2 open casting calls. One casting call will be for The Way Home with Relin, which is an amazing thing. I'll let her talk about what type of game it is in a second. And the second one, while this is airing, the moment I'm saying this, will be a casting call for this stream to be a temporary to longer term player. I estimate at least 10 episodes. Just knowing what's going on, 10, 15 episodes is the starting point, to be honest. And that's just the way that is. So please come join us on Discord. Maybe you get to play with us here. Check out our friends, list of friends over here. These are all channels we love. Some great people on there. Check out our back episodes on YouTube, right over there. Please check that out. We have merchandise. Get your merchandise. We got the merchandise covered here. Get your Eleanor merchandise. Get your Sam merchandise. It's there. I'm going to turn this over to Valen. She can talk about her way home. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll talk about my way home. I'm currently loading up our schedule, so I know what the hell's coming up.
We have been so busy this week raising money for charity. I want to say at the time of recording, we were over halfway past our goal. It has been an amazing response from our community. And let me tell you, it has been one hell of a pace. We've set this previous week, and we are our brains have turned to tapioca pudding.
Complete mush at this point. Complete mush.
I have bits. It's tapioca.
This is legit. Third character, third night in a row. My brain is completely mush. All right. So The Way Home, what it is, it's a Powered by the Apocalypse game done in the style of Cartoon Network's Over the Garden Wall. Basically, The Way Home is the tale of players playing the Lost, which the Lost are basically souls trapped in limbo between life and death. And they traverse through a wilderness in order to get back to their home, which is back to life. And there are struggles and obstacles along the way, and they will deal with lots of situations and some spooky stuff. So if you want to play that game with me, there is an open casting call through Wednesday this week. Get your applications in. All you've got to do is read the post and then send me a DM. So I hope you might want to come sit at my table for a 4-session miniseries.
And it doesn't matter if you haven't played the game before. Everyone is first to a system at some point.
None of us have played this game before. I haven't run it before. I've run Powered by the Apocalypse, but not this exact game. It's going to be fun for everybody as a new experience.
So yeah, don't let the fact you haven't played it before or you haven't read the book stop you. Please don't, because a number of games, a number of us at this channel have played for the first time on stream without touching the book. I've been in several one-shots that way. It's a lot of fun. Do it anyway.
All right. So coming up over the next week, first off, thank you all so much for joining us for this mid-season session of Windy City After Dark. And thank you again, as Shanky had said, for your donations to National Breast Cancer Foundation. They are using the money to help provide mammograms for women who are in need. Either they've been displaced from their employment and no longer have employer insurance, or they've lost their insurance, or they just don't have the financial support to afford the mammograms. That's what National Breast Cancer Foundation is looking to provide, because there's a lot of people who have skipped getting them during the pandemic that need to get those screenings done. So coming up over the next week, we have tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, Haunted Chronicles with Tamshu. Legit, we are down to about 3 sessions left of this chronicle, guys. This is the end of this extended chronicle for our Chronicles of Darkness stream. You want to tune in and see it tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. Then on Tuesday, 2nd episode in a 4-episode chronicle of Mage the Ascension with Ivy Raven there and me playing mages and having a ridiculously good time.
Serious Pat Benatar vibes off of Berlin there as she's going with the 1985. She
it's
went.
Set in 1985 Miami, and yes, I go all out in my costuming, including the full 80s mullet style wig for women, and I do
Fishnet everything.
Fishnet everything, and yes, it's awesome. I enjoy getting dressed up for it just as much as I enjoy playing it. So that's at 8 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday. And then coming up on Friday, Ravenna is actually doing her second session of her 2-part series of Werewolf the Apocalypse on the Onyx Path, but she is actually going to be raising money for National Breast Cancer Foundation during that stream over there for our fundraiser. So please go give your support to Nikki over there on Onyx Path on Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern for her werewolf stream. And if you are considering contributing and you haven't yet, or you decide you want to contribute more, give some to the charity while she's streaming on Friday. And then on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern, we have the return of London Esoteric Society, our Call of Cthulhu stream. So that's 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday. And then Sunday, we'll be back here at 5, down to core cast, but we might have a guest appear at 5 p.m. Eastern for episode 6.
And let me say again, I thank you to Mickey for joining us at the table. Thank you to Lady Merwiff for being with us and playing with us. It's been an honor and a privilege. And I'm not going to say goodbye to you because you're coming back. You You've made some promises to various cast members here, your characters. You owe Lamar a reading, so I'm not going to say goodbye. We will say farewell until you return. Because, sorry, going to hold you to that one. You shouldn't have made that promise. Just letting you know. And I thank all the viewers and all the people who've donated and the cast of this show. It's been a privilege and an honor playing with everyone. And please, everyone, mental health, it's no joke. It's not a laughing matter. Please take mental health very seriously. Check in on those around you. Try to be that lifeline they need, because a lot of people just need a friendly voice or a hand to reach out to them to pull them off the edge. And if you are someone who suffers from mental health issues, like many of us, there's nothing wrong with that. Mental health is health. And if you don't have anyone you can talk to or don't feel you can talk to, right now in chat, there's a list of numbers you can call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and talk to somebody that'll help you. And if you don't want to call them, you can text them right there. If you're not in America, there's a website right now in our chat that you can actually use to look up the support lines in your country. And of course, at the bottom of that, fuck cancer. We are raising money for an amazing charity, but fuck cancer in general. And if you want to have more info on the National Breast Cancer Foundation, of course, there's actually a link for that there at the end of our need help part, because we're trying to raise money for a good cause. And I'm going to turn this over to my wife so that she can give her final part of the outro before we all get sad because 2 players are leaving for a little while and taking a break, and we all go drink a lot of liquor.
You know the spiel. You've been tuning into our show for a while now. I'm Mama McStabber, your friendly neighborhood mean nurse. I'm going to tell you, go get your COVID shot. If you haven't, please go get it. If you have, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you are fully vaccinated, much love to you. If you aren't and you are able to get vaccinated, please stop putting it off. Please. We are getting close to the winter season. It is going to get worse. Please, please, please go get vaccinated. Much love to y'all. Want you around for a long time.
That's right. And from the cast of this amazing show, I thank you all for coming. We will see you hopefully for our other shows. Hopefully we'll see some of you applying for this one and for the way home. I would play in it, but I actually can't because I'm working.
Because he patches on Wednesdays.
I'm working those nights and unable to actually play, unfortunately, or else I'd be playing because it sounds very interesting. So thank you, everyone, for coming. I will let Lady Mirrowith say good night to everybody, and then we will see you next time.
Good night, everybody.